All right, so week 17 of the NFL season was a crazy one, and it's coming to an end. And for the Chicago Bears, they dominate the New York Giants 29-3. In this video, I'm just going to keep it quick. Not much happened in this game, so I'm going to keep it quick. I'm going to recap what I saw from the defense, the offense, the special teams, and the play calling. And without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, KT here, back at it with another video, back at it with another recap video. Before I start the video, I would like to say that I hope you guys had a happy new year and a happy holidays, and thank you guys for supporting me throughout 2021. We have some more exciting content coming in 2022, so look out for that. If you do enjoy this content, please consider hitting that subscribe and like button, as it helps the channel grow. So without further ado, let's start with the offense. Let's get right into it. Andy Dalton, he was not particularly good. He was 18 of 35 for 173 yards. He averaged 9.6 yards per throw, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He took 2 sacks and had a quarterback rating of 63.2. Really, he didn't have to do too much. The Giants basically beat themselves with turnovers and interceptions. So, and sacks, and just a failure to move the ball for the Giants kind of sealed their fate early in the game. It was over after 14-0. So Dalton, don't let the fact that the defense played well, don't let that fool you. Dalton did not play well in this game. He was basically Andy Dalton. He did what he was supposed to do. He managed the game. Didn't turn the ball over too much. So that's all you can ask for him there. But didn't really play well. You can live with that. You got the win. Let's look at David Montgomery. He had 22 attempts for 64 yards, averaged 2.9 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns, though. He had a good game. He was the only source of Bears points today. So congrats to David. He got 22 carries. He got 64 yards. I'm going to have to check and see if he's in line to rush for another 1,000 yards. If not, that's okay. I really think the Bears should re-sign him, as he is a building block for the future. As far as receiving, again, not too much on the receiving category. Darnell Mooney, he had 13 targets, 7 receptions, 69 yards, averaged 9.9 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, and he was the only receiver that got pretty much involved. Allen Robinson had 6 targets, 4 yards, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 35 yards. But really, nobody else really got many targets like that, because the Bears didn't need it. They pretty much dominated the Giants. So for the offense, I'm gonna give it I'll give it a B+. They played well enough to get the win. They got points on the board. That's all you can ask for. Moving on to the defense. Congratulations to Robert Quinn for breaking the Bears' single-season sack record. He strip-sacked Mike Glennon for the 3rd time to get the record, and he had to fight tooth and nail for it. There was a lot of times where he would be so close, and then there'd be a penalty, or Glennon would get rid of the ball right before he went down. But congratulations to Robert Quinn. He had only 1 sack, but 1 sack is all he needed. Congratulations to Travis Gibson, too, because he also had a good game. He had 3 tackles, 2 solo tackles, 2 sacks. 2 of those sacks were strip fumbles. And, yeah, the Bears pass rush just played unbelievable today. Again, it's against the Giants. They're beat up. You know, they're not a very good team. But I think they did a pretty good job forcing turnovers. A couple guys got an interception. Tayshaun Gibson got an interception. Artie Burns missed the interception. Deion Bush got an interception. So, secondary, it was pretty much a team effort on defense. Roquan Smith, again, had another good game. 9 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 tackles for losses against Saquon Barkley. Eddie Jackson also had a good game as far as tackling. He had 8 total tackles, 5 solo tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. Angelo Blackson made a contribution today. He had 3 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. So overall, the Bears played pretty well on defense. They stopped Saquon Barkley, which was a big key coming into this game. Saquon Barkley hasn't really lived up to that number two draft pick. So, but there's still time for Saquon. I still believe that he can put his talent together. But today wasn't his day against the Bears. So, but it's very rare that the Bears get run over, like that. So, yeah, I give the defense an A+. They played pretty well to get the win, and yeah, that's all you can ask for. Moving on to special teams, they get I say an A. Cairo Santos hit a couple field goals, not much to talk about in that category. Okay, so moving on, coaching, play calling, really not much to talk about in that category as well, because surprisingly Matt Nagy didn't do anything stupid today. There wasn't one play I found that Matt Nagy did something stupid. Actually, Matt Nagy left it all on the field. If you haven't heard the news, he's pretty much gone as the Bears head coach after this next game. So, after week 18, I think the Bears will move on from Matt Nagy. They will move on, and they will look to start their search for another coaching candidate. But overall, I think Matt did a pretty good job. Went for it on a couple fourth downs in the red zone. They got some stuff done in the red zone. I remember the first play of the first drive after Glennon fumbled. He put Kyrus Tonga in the backfield to play fullback, and he got a perfect run up the middle. So that was a very unique play call. But overall, I think he did well. I think Sean Desai called a good game. Really, he didn't really have to do too much either, because you're playing the Giants. It's pretty easy to let the Giants beat themselves with turnovers with Mike Glennon. And yeah, overall, I think play calling did a pretty good job, so they get an A2. So, yeah. Bears basically dominated the Giants the entire game. There wasn't one stretch of the game where the Giants put any type of threat together to the Bears. They didn't try to score any points. I think the final score was 29-3. My final score was 27-7. So, this is better than I predicted. Mike Glennon had a horrible game. Just to give you guys a stat, they had -10 passing yards. So Mike Glennon really lived up to that Chicago contract today. Thank you, Mike Glennon, for giving the Bears the win. And yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. Follow me on social media. I will be back on Tuesday, Wednesday to predict the last game of the season. So be looking out for that. And yeah, I'm out. Peace. And enjoy your new year.